And that's what I was hearing from the enemy was, you're not going to get out of this life. You don't deserve anything better. You're a worthless father. And I started to believe those lies and take that identity on. When I was young, I think I had a good life. My dad is a good example of what a man and a father should be. He was a provider and provided every opportunity for me to grow and have a good life. My teenage years, I started skipping school, I started smoking cigarettes, I started smoking pot until I had just pushed every button of my mom and dad. I ended up getting kicked out, and what ended up happening is I was on the streets of San Diego at the age of 17. From there, everything got progressively worse. I started to use methamphetamines and then started a lot of criminal activity being in the streets. And so that basically progressed from 18 till 35, I would say. It really wasn't until my son was born in 2017 that I was like, I need to be the dad that my dad was to me. So something's got to change. My first day in Victory Mission, my first official day, I was actually in the courtroom for my termination and parental rights trial for my son. I got drilled by an attorney just telling me what kind of a worthless person I was. And that's what I was hearing from the enemy was, you're not going to get out of this life. You don't deserve anything better. You're a worthless father. And I started to believe those lies and take that identity on. And in that, I ended up losing the rights to my son while I was in Victory. And so it was tough. I had already started to really learn about the gospel and who I was in Jesus. In that moment, I heard, the still small voice of the Lord telling me that this is not over. I've still got a lot more for you. What's different about Victory was the identity part of Victory. They really pressed on me like who I am in the Lord. And not only that, but what the Lord says about me and how the Lord sees me. And I said, okay, I'm gonna start believing this. I'm gonna start walking in it. And I really started to discover a peace and a joy in that. I was still holding on to a lot in my life before, especially my son. I came to a point and realized that there was nothing that I could do. As much as I had fought, as much as I had battled against them, that I needed to take me out of the equation. And the best way to do that was just to let the Lord handle it. And I think that was probably the hardest thing for me to surrender. But like I said, that voice of the Lord told me that He's got more for me and that this isn't the end. I discovered so much peace and so much joy. As I've walked this out, the Lord has just provided, opened doors for me. I've learned how to manage my money. I have a credit card. I'm able to put money into savings. I'm able to pay down on my debts and still have money left over. I have a Class E license now, not just a regular driver's license, so I can drive the box trucks. So I was blessed with an offer to be able to work at Victory Mission, and we're getting ready to start a new mission junk removal enterprise, which I'm looking forward to. I've never had this kind of peace, like I said, and this kind of joy. I really am. I'm a much happier person. I enjoy life so much more. I haven't had a bad day in quite some time. But if you really want to know who you are in the Lord, Victory Mission is the place for you, because that is what they're going to teach you. They care about you. They love you. They want to see you succeed. They want you to know who you are, and they want to see you just be successful in life.